This is my series Aru's Bake Club, where I show you easy tips and tricks to make beautiful baked goodies at home. And today we are making this beautiful homemade lemon meringue pie. So let's get straight into it. To make our lemon meringue pie, I'm using a combination of digestive biscuits and these coconut biscuits, basically like a Hawaiian cookie, just because I like that kind of subtle coconut flavor running through our pie crust. To crush these, just get yourself a Ziploc bag and pop your cookies in there. Always make sure to lock this, otherwise you'll have cookie crumbs everywhere. Lay it flat. And this is one of my favorite parts about baking. Oh man, it's crazy good stress relief. Get out all of your anger, bash those cookies, you guys. See how that's kind of crumbling up? Make sure you don't have big pieces like this, so just keep bashing this until everything is a nice fine crumble. So what we're looking for is for the cookies to be this kind of sandy consistency. Pour that into a large bowl. And then I'm going to do the same with the coconut cookies. Pop the second batch of cookies in there as well. Just give it a quick mix with a fork so that both the cookies, the digestives and the coconut cookies, mix through evenly. And then if there's like a few bigger lumps like that, just give it a crush with your fingers. You can always just put these cookies into a food processor and blitz it up, but I personally like bashing the hell out of these cookies. Okay, once it's that kind of consistency, your cookies are mixed through, then we have some butter. This is salted butter, as always, that I have just heated up in the microwave until it's melted. This is not warm, just melted butter. Pour that in. I forgot, we need to preheat our oven to 170 degrees Celsius and then get this mixing. Okay, so use a rubber spatula and then just mix this so that the butter kind of mixes through with all of that biscuit crumb. You can see it's gone from that sandy consistency to kind of like a wet, clumpy look now. I'm using this pie dish because I am serving this for dinner tomorrow. Pop about maybe half of this crumble mixture in here. And then we use the back of a glass to kind of push that down. I personally like the crumble part, or rather the crust part of my lemon meringue pie, to be slightly on the thicker side. Even when I'm making a cheesecake, you guys, that crust, yum. So push that down so that it's nicely compact in. So you can use your fingers as well to really get in there. Actually, yeah, use your fingers first because it's easier to kind of get it to where you want it to be. And then use the bottom of the glass to really push it down. Once the base is nice and compact, then we start building it to the sides. Then start pushing it against the sides like this. So just keep using your fingers and building almost like that wall. And then use the glass again just to kind of push it in so that it's nice and tightly compact. And because I'm making the big one for dinner tomorrow and I won't be able to slice into it to show you guys, I'm making a little one just so that you can see the inside. Pop that onto a tray and pop it in the oven to bake for about 20 minutes or so until this crust is beautifully golden in color. You can see this is nice and golden brown now. I'm gonna let this cool down, and while this is cooling down, let's make the lemon curd filling. To make the lemon curd, we are going to use the juice of 8 lemons and the zest of maybe about 2 of these. Grab your microplane like this and just zest it just until you reach this white bit. Don't scrape up the white bit because that brings in a little bit of bitterness to your lemon curd. So just keep doing this until you reach that white bit. This releases all those like lemony essential oils. Yum. Now that we have zested about 2-3 lemons, we are going to juice them. The next step I think might be possibly the trickiest part of making a lemon meringue pie. It's separating the egg yolks from the egg whites. And in Aru's Bake Club, I am going to show you my favorite way to do this. So get yourself 3 bowls. One that we are going to put the egg whites into, one that we're going to put the yolks into. And we do this individually and then pour the whites into a bigger bowl. So you don't crack in all the whites into one bowl, just in case you get a little bit of yolk falling into this. Then you have to chuck all of the whites because your meringue won't whip up nicely. Get yourself an egg. I always use a knife to crack the egg because I find it gives you a nice clean crack. Carefully pour out as much of the white as possible, like that, and then put the yolk into the other eggshell, and then pop your yolk there. That's a nice clean egg white, so I'm putting it into a separate bowl before cracking the next egg white in here. The yolks you don't have to stress too much about. It's the egg whites. If you get a little bit of yolk in it, it won't be that nice fluffy meringue. Reduce the heat of your oven down to 150 degrees Celsius now, and then into your bowl, go in with the condensed milk. Scrape up all of the yumminess. This is sweetened condensed milk that we're using. I love condensed milk, you guys. I just can't resist. And then to this, we are adding in the egg yolks that we separated out. Don't worry if there's just a tiny bit of egg whites in this, it is fine. Go in with a little pinch of salt, as always, because it just enhances all of the flavors. And then use a balloon whisk just to combine that. Break up the egg yolks and combine it with the condensed milk. Now we go in with the zest of about 2.5 lemons. This is about a tablespoonful of zest. I feel like I might have made a little bit of a mistake juicing all 8 lemons. That might be too much. So I'm going in with about half, tasting it, and then gonna add more if I need more. And then whisk that in. Don't worry about tasting this with the egg yolks and all of that. It's fine. And just dip that in. Ooh, oh, it's yum. But just because I want the tartness to really come through, and also because the meringue will make this sweet as well, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more. Give that a quick taste. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. That lemon is like really coming through. And then pour this into your baked pie crust. And then pop this in the oven to bake up for about maybe another 20 to 30 minutes until it's set but still slightly wobbly. This has been in the oven for about 25 minutes now. You can see that it's slightly still jiggly. That is exactly how we want this. Let this cool down on the counter until it completely cools down. Then we are going to chill this overnight in the fridge, and tomorrow we will whip up the meringue and put this on top and torch it. And the egg whites that we separated, put it in a bowl, wrap it up in some cling film and pop it in the fridge until we're ready to use it tomorrow. So the egg whites that we left in the fridge yesterday, I kept out of the fridge for about 30 minutes just so that it comes to room temperature and it's no longer cold. Pour that into the bowl of your stand mixer. Now make sure absolutely sure that both the bowl and the whisk are very, very clean. I always wash this with hot water and then leave it to cool down to get rid of any grease that's left behind on the bowl from, whenever you made a cake last. Because when you have some grease left in the bowl, your egg whites won't whip up to that beautiful cloud-like texture. Going in with half a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and then we're going to whisk this up. Get that whisking on a medium to high speed for a couple of minutes until the eggs start getting nice and frothy. When the egg whites are nice and frothy like this, we start adding in the sugar, a tablespoon at a time. Sprinkle it in like this, and then let that whip into the egg whites. Maybe wait about a minute or so in between each addition of sugar. Once you're done with the last addition of sugar, just touch the meringue like this to see if you can feel any sugar granules between your fingers. If you do, just whisk it for a few more minutes until all of the sugar kind of melts into that egg white. You know your meringue is done when it kind of holds stiff peaks like this. But if you really want to be brave and check, my favorite thing is to do this. And if you're not covered in egg, your meringue is done. So the lemon meringue pie has been sitting in the fridge overnight. It's nicely set in the middle now. It doesn't have that jiggly wobbly texture that it had yesterday when it was straight out of the oven. This is exactly what we're looking for. And we have our little meringue, little lemon meringue pie. So first I'm just gonna put a little bit of the meringue onto that. Set that aside, and then we'll do the main one. Just pile on that beautiful, silky, smooth meringue on top. Use a spatula and then kind of spread it out, but we want the middle to still be a bit of a dome, so it kind of looks like that in the end. And we want kind of these uneven little peaks here and there, just so that when we toast this up, then you get some slightly more toasted bits and slightly less toasted bits, just to get that really nice texture. So spread that all the way to the ends, just to cover everything, and then build it up. Little swirls, little peaks, just so that it's beautiful. I've got myself a new blowtorch because I set the last one on fire, so wish me luck with this one. And then just torch it. Now you can always do this in the oven. Just turn the grill on and to fairly high, and then just pop this in for a few minutes just to get the meringue nice and toasty like this. But I think having a blowtorch makes life so much easier. And it's as easy as that to make a homemade lemon meringue pie. So we've got the little one, because that one's for dinner tonight. Let's give it a quick taste test. Ooh. Oh my God. That biscuit base, the crumble, that really potent lemon hit, and then the meringue comes in with the sweetness to really balance everything out. It's amazing, you guys. Try making this at home. I promise you, it's so easy to put together, and it's a stunning dessert. It will be a crowd pleaser. Don't forget to subscribe to Arubakes so that you don't miss out on any of these. Thanks for watching. Bye.